Hello everyone. Hey, so those who have joined, you can see I've given you a question, okay? Does the remove method remove all the occurrence of a specified value based on yesterday's live session? So those who are those who have already joined can in the chat can give the answer, okay? It is a yes no question, okay? So I'm again repeating, those who have joined uh, can see I've already given you a question. So you can give the answer is in yes and no form. So you can read the question and give me the answer in the chat box. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. Okay. As I can see, uh, most of the people have said no. Yeah, that is the correct one. It will remove only the first occurrence. Okay. So yeah. So I think that people are watching, people are serious about the Python list. So what we can do now, we can move to our topic. Okay. So today we are going to focus on list comprehension. Okay. Now guys, what is list comprehension? Okay. So list comprehension is basically uh it is like a list only, but in a shorter syntax when we want to create a new list based on the values of an existing list. Okay. So then we can use list comprehension. Okay. So for example, uh, if I'll show you one example, so let me just first create a list of fruits in which what I'm going to do, I'll take some fruits in it. Okay, so I'll store some fruit items in my list. Okay, there you go. So we have a list with us in which we have stored some items such as apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, and mango. Now, my question is that if we have the list of fruits with us, now we have to create a new list, okay? But there is a condition that we will take only those fruits in which letter A is there, okay? So from this list of fruits, we are going to create one more list, but in that list, we are going to store only those fruit in which the letter A is there, okay? I hope you have understood the question. So now if I have to write the code for that, so first write the normal code and then I'll show you the list comprehension code, okay? That how we can do it in a simple one line of code. But let me first show you uh, the long way at how we can do that, or the normal way. You can say it as a normal way also, okay? So first of all, you have to create a new list. Then you have to iterate over the items. So suppose for x in fruits, if, okay, we are using the conditional statement, if a in x, then new list dot, and because new list is a list but a empty list, we have not stored anything in new list, so we can apply the list method to new list because it is also a list only. So we are applying the append method and we are appending x, the current item at that time. Okay, now I'll explain you the whole code. First let's see the output. Okay, let's see the output. We have print new list, and now in the new list you can see apple, banana and mango are stored in our new list. Okay, because in apple there is a, in banana there is a, and in mango there is a, in cherry and kiwi there is no a, so because of that they are excluded. Now what we are doing here, first of all we have the list with us of fruits, then we have created a new list. Now this list is going to be used to store the items or the fruits in which a is there. Now we have iterate over our fruits list using the for loop because it is very easy. So for x in fruits, okay, so x is what we have learned in yesterday's live session, that x is the current item at a time. Okay, so x will be the current item at a time. So at first time apple will be the item, at second time banana, then at third iteration cherry will be the item, at fourth iteration kiwi, and at the last iteration mango will be the item. Okay, so for first iteration it is going to check for apple. So first item is apple. So for x in fruits means for in fruits the first item is apple. So it will check that if a in x, so our first item is apple. So if a in apple, so this condition will become true because a is there in a is present in apple. So what we are going to do, we are going to append the current item which is x in our new list. Okay, now so on, this will be repeated 5 times because we have 5 items in our list. Okay, and the values in which a is, the letter a is there, that will be appended in our new list. So whenever we are going to print new list, our items or the fruits in which letter a is there, that will be, okay, present in our new list. Now this was the normal way. Okay, and as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code we just needed. Okay, now one or two more lines of code you can decrease also, you can perform in one line also, but okay, then also you will need 3 to 4 lines. Okay, now the same thing I'll show you using list comprehension. that how we can do that. Okay, so I'll take the same list of fruits. Okay, yeah. Now I'll create new list one. Okay, because new list is already there. So new list one. See, in Python, is no name conflicts. Okay, you can create new list again, but for you guys, that you guys should not get confused. Because of that, I'm using new list one. Okay, so new list one and x for x in fruits if a in x. Okay, and the same output. Okay, we did the same thing, but just in one line. Instead of using 4 to 5 lines, we just did it in one line and we just printed new list one. And the output remains the same. Okay, means same functionality. We are performing the same thing but in one line. Okay, now those of you don't know about list comprehension, it's okay. Now I am going to explain you the whole structure. Okay, at what is this, how it happens. Okay, now let me do what to show you this, or to make you understand, or to give you more detail about this. I'm again going to write something. Okay, okay, now this is the syntax. What I have done here in one line, this is the syntax for that. Okay, so everybody please pay attention. Okay, see here, what is expression? Okay, expression means basically what you want. Okay, expression means what you want. So in our case, in this one, we wanted X, one item at a time, okay, as an output. So we wanted an item as our output, and that item would be, in this case, the item would be a fruit. Okay, so we wanted a fruit as an output. So that is called as expression, what we want. Then for means the for loop. Then the item means the loop variable at a time. So that is item. Okay, because we are talking in context of list, that's why there is item here. Okay, so for item in is the operator, membership operator. Okay, same thing. Okay, remember this one, for x in fruits, for x in fruits, and same thing you can replace here also, for x in fruit. So fruits is what? Fruits is our iterable. It is a list is what? List is a iterable. Okay, so list is a iterable, and in is a membership operator, and item is the current item, and for is the loop only. Okay, then if is what? If is, okay, if is a keyword, it is a conditional statement. Okay, so if condition, what is our condition that we will give here? So what was our condition? If a in x. Okay, so condition, and condition should be true. Okay, now the whole thing is inside the square braces. If you'll notice, I have put everything inside square braces. So this square braces denotes that it is a list comprehension, and our output will also be a list only. Okay, so if I'll check the type of new list one, if I'll check the type of new list one, so it is also a list only. Okay. Ye- okay guys, um have you understood list comprehension? Anyone who is having confusion? Okay, can let me know in the chat by typing yes or no. If understood, say yes. If not, then no. So I could explain it one more time. Hi, 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 bro. Okay, expression means output. See, it exactly does not means output, but what we want. Expression means what we want. Suppose we want what we wanted in this case. If we talk about this case, what we wanted in this case. So we wanted one fruit, okay? And based on the performance means what we want to do. So based on the condition that if A isn't present in our X, so we wanted that fruit if A is present in that. So that becomes the expression for us, okay? If it is a number, I'll show you, okay? Uh, Brahmosi, I'll show you in our next examples, okay? In our upcoming examples, we'll see that how these expressions can be modified, okay? And how we can change our output. So don't worry, okay? Just for now, understand it as output only, okay? And then in our rest of the examples, we'll see it, okay? So I can see that most of the people are saying yes. So I'm assuming that everyone has understood. Okay. And if not also, then also we are going to see more and more examples on this. So by seeing examples, it will be more clear for you guys. So let's move. Okay. This is the syntax. Let me write it over here. Yeah. Okay, bro. Okay. So this is the syntax. Now let's see more questions. Okay. So I'll write the question also, and then I'll give you the normal form also, and then I will give you the list comprehension form also. Okay. So it will be more clear for you guys to do the analysis to understand by seeing the normal way also and by seeing the list comprehension way also. Okay. So let me first write the question. Now the question is create a list of squares. Let's say from 1 to okay 10. Okay, let's take from 1 to 10. So we have to do what? We have to create a list of squares from 1 to 10. Okay. So let's first see the normal form. Let's first see the normal form. So I'll do what? I'll create empty list squares. Okay. And then I'm going to use the loop and the range function to generate numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So for I in range starting from 1 going till 10. So I'll write 11 here because 10 is exclusive. So because of that, we have to write one greater value. So I'm going to write 11 here. Okay. So for I in range from 1 to 10, so I've written 11 there, squares dot append. Okay. And what I'm going to append, that is the most important thing. Okay. So I'll append I exponential operator and then 2. Okay. And let's see the output. Then we'll see the explanation. Okay. So now you can see we have generated a list, okay, which name is squares. And in this list, items are the squares from 1 to 10, means the values are the squares of the numbers from 1 to 10. As you can see, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3, 9, and 16, 25, 36, and so on. It has moved to 100. So, yeah. So, this is the normal form. Now, let's see the list comprehension way, okay? So, again, I'll do what? I'll create squares 1. Okay, I'll give the square braces. And now see, in the place of expression, what I'm going to write. In the place of expression, I'll write I exponential operator 2. Okay. So this is the output, what we wanted. The single item. How should my one item should be? So my item should be a square of that current number. So suppose square of 2, that will be 4. So I want the expression like this. So that is my output. Okay. So I exponential operator 2, this is my expression, and then I'll start a loop for I in range, and then I'll write the same thing, okay? It's same, we have to just write it in one line, okay? Everything will be same, okay? Now, let's print squares 1. and the same output. Okay, as you can see, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, so on. Okay, so now you understood about the expression. What is the expression? What we want. Okay, what we want our single item to be. That is the explanation. Okay, so that's why I call it as output, that what we want. Okay, so this was one example. Let's move to our next example. Okay, so our question will be, uh, let's say to create a list of even numbers from 0 to 20. Okay, so what we are going to do, we have to create a list in which we are going to store only the even numbers. Okay, and from 0 to 20. Okay, so now let's see the normal way. So first of all, we'll create an empty list. Okay, then again, now everything will be same. So for I in range, now because we have to start from 0, so I'll just directly write 21, because by default range functions starts from 0 only, so you don't need to mention it, just give a single value. uh, because we have to go to 20, so one greater value, so that is 21. Okay, and then now we have to only put the even number, so we have to give a condition also. So if I, and I hope you guys know, and if don't know, then this is the code to check. This is the explanation, or you can say this is the condition to check that a number is even or not. So if I modulus 2, modulus, the percentage symbol is basically the remainder operator, okay, which divides the value, and after division, what is the remainder? That is the output. Okay, so we are checking the remainder. If the remainder is equal to 2, if means I, the number, the value I, if it is divisible by 2, okay, so its remainder will be 0. So if it is equal to 0, so then it means that number is a even number. So if that number is an even number, then do what? Then put it in the list events. Okay, and now we are good to go, and we'll print our events list. And now you can see 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now this was the normal way. This is not our concern. Our concern is that how to do this in a single line using list comprehension. So that is our main concern. Okay, so let's see that. So for that, let's again create even ones. And what we want one item. Okay, we don't want to perform anything in that item, so keep it like this. So I, so I is what? The current value also. So for I in range 21, and we have to check for the even values only. So that's why we have to use a condition also. If x modulus 2 equals to 0, let's print evens. Okay, I'm sorry, even once. Mm, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Name mistake. I have to take I and I was taking X. So okay, really. So now you can see the output is literally same, okay? And we just did it in one line, okay? So this is list comprehension. And those who have not understood list comprehension yet, so I'll tell you now the technique, okay? If you have understood this thing, the expression, then the loop, okay, this thing, and then how to do the condition, how to apply the condition, then well and good if you have understood this, okay. If you have not understood this also, then let's talk about the technique, that how you can remember it, okay, or how you can perform list comprehension. So see how you start a normal loop, okay. First of all, if you have to use list comprehension, so just do what, how you will start a normal loop for your problem. So first of all, you have to think about a loop, that how you're going to start, okay. After that, if you have to check for a condition also, so remember, whenever the loop will be finished, so you have to use a space, okay, there is a space, okay, you have to use a space, and in every step you can see you have to give a space, okay, you have to follow a space. And if you are interchanging from the loop to a condition also, then also there is a space, and everything should be inside a square braces only, okay. This is the technique, and what you want, the expression, that will be at the first place, okay. So at the first place what you want, that will be there, and then the loop will start, okay. When the loop is started and you have to check for a condition, so when the loop is finished, then you will check for the condition. Okay, now let's go further, and next question is, get the first letter of each word in a list. Okay, so let's first create a list called as words. Let's store items in it. Okay, so this is a list words, okay, in which we have stored some words, okay, fruit names. Now what we want to extract the first letter of each item, okay, or each value. So now I'm not going to write the normal form, okay. Now directly going to write the list comprehension way only. So let's see how we can do that. So I'll create a object called as first letter, and then I'll put the empty square braces. Now inside the square braces, what we are going to do, let's see that. So first of all, uh, what we want. So suppose if I is the item, if I will be our current item, so we want the first value to be extracted, okay? So we know that in a string also, a string is also a sequence of character, and list is also a sequence of values and items, and indexing in Python always starts from 0. So at zeroth place, at zeroth position, the first letter will be there, okay. So I square braces, and we have written inside it 0. Then for I in words, okay, so ABC. Okay, someone has said here why the expression comes later. Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, so ABC. So in a simple way, we have extracted the first letter of each item. Okay. Now our next question will be, uh, let's say, to convert all the strings from the list to uppercase. Okay, this is our question. That what we have to do. Okay, someone has asked what is I. I is the current item at a time. It is a loop variable. Okay, when it is inside the when it is inside this, as you can see, for I in words, so I is a loop variable, the current item. Okay, hello. And then what we want in that current item, that we want from that current item to extract the first letter. So that's why in the expression I've written I, and then in the square braces I've written 0 to extract the first letter. Okay. Okay. Now we have to convert the strings which are present in our list to uppercase. Okay. So how we are going to do that? It's very simple. Okay. Again, let's say upper, let's create the empty list, and then inside the list, what we are going to do, uh, I dot, and then we have to use the method, a string method that is called as upper. Okay. So I dot upper, and then for I in words, for I in words, and let's print the upper list. So now you can see apple, banana, and cherry. Okay. And all these words or strings are converted in uppercase. Okay. So again, a question can come like this, from uppercase to capitalized form. Okay. Capitalize. So for capitalize means that what you can do, capitalize means that the first letter will be in capital and rest of the word will be in uh, lowercase only. So then you have to just change the method like this. Yes, yes, sure. You can make a question in Hindi. Yeah. Now, so dependent on the output, what is the problem, what is the situation? Based on that, you can use whatever method you want, okay, in the current item, and then you will get, and then you can print the list, okay. This is list comprehension. Basic, simple, okay. People most of the time get confused in list comprehension. They don't understand, but I hope now you guys have understood it, okay. So let's solve more questions so that it will be more easy for you guys to understand, okay. Now, let's say, okay, so the question is यहाँ पे loop कैसे काम कर रहा है, please समझाइए. Okay, see, uh, okay, let's look at this example, okay, this one, okay, this is a basic simple example, and this one is a basic simple example. uh, see, okay, this problem, how we are going to solve it, okay, using normal form, okay? We are not using list comprehension now. One, two, okay. Uh, Mehndi Hassan, bro, let me explain the first thing that you asked, that how the loop is working, and then I'll come to the fifth example also, okay? So let's focus on this. See, if you have to create a list of squares from 1 to 10, so this is our normal form. First, take an empty list of squares, and then first job is that we have to create numbers from 1 to 10, okay? And then only we can convert it to a square. So for creating a number from 1 to 10, we can use the range function. In Python, there is a range function to create that, okay? Now, to use that range function, we have to use a loop. So that's why we have used a loop for I in range 1 to 11, okay? So one from 1 it will be started and then it will go till 10. So we have written 1 greater value 11, okay? Now, inside the loop, what we are doing, the empty list which we have created, in which we are appending I exponential operator 2, okay? It means that every time the new value will be added at the end, and that value will be automatically be square of 2. Means suppose if the first time, if the loop is starting from 1, so first value in the list will go 1, and that 1 will be squared by 2, okay, that will be squared, so it will become, so 1 square is 1 only, so 1 will be stored in this list square. So for now 1 is there, okay. Okay, let's go to the next value. So for I in range 1 is already there, now 2 will come, then again 2 and square of 2 will be happen, and 4 is the value, then 4 will go and 4 will be stored. Then 3 will come, 3 square will happen, and then 9 will go there. And so on, 4 will come, 16 will be there, and then 25, and then so on. The next values will come and they will be stored there. So this was the normal form, okay? I hope you have understood this one. Now your question was that how I'm using this for loop inside a single line, or how I'm using it in a single line. So see, bro, there is a syntax here, which I have told you. Where is that exam? Ah, yeah, this is the syntax. Okay. First, look at the syntax. In a list comprehension, the first place is always for the expression. Okay. Expression means what you want. Okay. What you want your current item to be inside the list. Okay. So that is the expressions. At first place, the expression will be there. Then give a space, and then you have to write the for loop. Okay. So for loop will be as it is same. Okay. Just imagine here, for I in range from 1 to 11. Just imagine that. Okay. For I in range 1 comma 11. Okay. And then there is the condition. So if your situation, if your question demands a condition, so then give a space after the for loop get finished, give a space, then if, then the condition. Okay. And that's over. Now, so let's come to this now. What we wanted, we want our current item to be the square of that value. So that's why we did what? I exponential operator 2. Okay. Then we started the loop for I in range, okay, from 1 to 11. Now, if you want first to write the loop, so first write the loop and then write the expression. That also you can do. Okay. So I hope now that is clear. Okay. Then someone has asked, why you why are you starting why are you starting with I, then looping? What's the function of the first I? First I is the expression, what we want, okay? I is the expression, what we want. We want the current value. We want the item only. So that's why we have at the first place we have written I only. Okay. Now, what should be that I, the current value? That should be dependent on the condition and the loop. Okay, that is there. Let's for your question, my buddy, let's focus on this example, then it will be more clear. Okay. Now, in this question, as you can see, create a list of even numbers from 0 to 20. Okay. So you have to create a list of even numbers. Okay. And range is given that you have to create the list from 0 to 20 only. Okay. So you have a condition with you that first you have to create numbers from 1 to 20. And then from that sequence of numbers, you have to filter only the even numbers. And then you have to store it in a list. Okay. So in that, if you look at the normal form, you have created an empty list events, then you have started a loop for I in range. Now by default, the range function starts from 0, and our question also demanding to start from 0 only. So we will give only the end part, that is 20. So one greater value 21. And then we have a condition here that we have to only put the uh, even values only. So then what we will do, we will check for a condition, we will give a condition to check for an even value. So if I, the current item, okay, that item we are only checking. So if I divided with 2, and if the remainder is equal to 0, so then it will be even number. So then append I in the list events, okay, and then print events. Now you can see list comprehension one. What we appended here, we appended I, so that's why I is there. Okay, this is the expression, this is the item, current item, what we want. So I, then we started the loop for I in range 21, and then the condition is there. Okay, so based on the condition, only those values who are divisible by 2, they will be, okay, stored in the even ones. And then when you will print even ones, you will get a list of items of even values from 0 to 20. uh Serial IP classes between component. Classes, when whenever I get time, I just attend this. I start the live session, but before starting the live session, uh, I will ping you in all the platforms. Okay, in our all other platforms. Just do what? Just click the bell button and subscribe the channel. So what will happen whenever I schedule the live session? No, so you will get the notification, or when the live session will start. Mostly it will be at the evenings only. Okay, 5 to 6 p.m. Okay, according to Indian time, 5 to 6 p.m. Okay, okay, yeah. So I hope now your solutions is there. You guys have got your answers. Yes, yes, bro. You can use else as well. Okay. We are going to see examples of else also. Don't worry. Yes, Shiv Shankar, it is possible to use else also. We are going to see the examples. Don't worry. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Okay. Let's see. Uh, okay. So there is a very good question. Okay. Uh, Question is, list all numbers from 1 to 30 who are divisible by 3. Okay, so basically I'll just explain you the question, that you have to create a list, okay, of numbers from 1 to 30, but you have to store only the numbers which are divisible by 3. Okay, I hope you have understood the question. Now the same thing, it is simple as the even one. Okay, the even, if you remember the even one, how we solve that, same thing we'll do here also. First of all, we have to create the object. Okay, so I'll just give uh dv3 means divisible by 3. Okay, no, let's create, let's put the square braces, empty square braces. Now what we are going to write inside the square braces, I hope now you guys knows. Okay, x, for x in range, or people will get confused, so I'll write I only. Okay, because I prefer I only. So I, for I in range, okay, 1 3 1. Okay, if I is divisible, modulus operator, by 3, and how it is divisible, how we can check that it is divisible by 3 or not. So if the remainder, it will be equal to 0. Okay, so when the remainder will be equal to 0, so we will understand that this is divisible, this number is divisible by 3. So only those number will be stored in our object dv3. Okay, and now we'll print dv underscore 3. Okay, so basically we'll get the numbers who are the multiple of 3. Okay, 3 6 9 12 15 18. Okay, and so on till 30. Okay, someone is asking where I get the basic videos of Python. Uh, Bro, in the live session also, in the first live session also, I have started from the very basic, okay, very basics of Python. So you can watch that video also. And in our channel also, there are multiple videos of Python only. Okay, our channel is fully dedicated to Python, and we solve basics problems of Python to advanced problems of Python. So we have all the videos. You can go and check that videos also. Okay, and there are many playlists we have created. So go and check out the channel after the live session. Okay, so yeah, now guys, let's solve one more question, because this is a topic people get confused. So I have many questions, okay, and we are going to solve each question. So now the question which I have is more interesting. Okay, the question is that we have a word with us, and that word is elephant. Okay, what is elephant? Now our question is that what we have to do, we have to remove all the all vowels from this word. Okay, okay, what we have to do, we have a word elephant with us. Okay, and as you can see in elephant, three, I think, I guess three vowels are there, so we have to remove that vowels. Okay, so how we can do that? So again, using list comp, you can use a normal form also, but why to use a normal form? Just use this. Okay, so I'll create an object no vowels, and what I am going to do, we have to remove it. Okay, so here we have to use a conditional statement. Okay, so I'll just simply take I, for I in word. Okay, now we can use a loop in string. I hope this thing you guys know, because string is also a sequence of character only. So in Python, strings are also treated as a sequence only, so that's why for loop is applicable in strings also. Okay, So now for I in word, what we are going to do, we are going to check if I, and now which membership operator we are going to check? Not in. Not in. And what are the vowels? So A, E, I, O, U. And let's take the output. Okay. So now you can see the output. All the vowels has been removed. Yeah. Uh, hello. Guys, do let me know if I'm audible. Yes or no, please. Uh, there was some issue with my mic, so because of that, I just uh, mute myself. So now I fixed it. So if I'm audible, just let me know by just giving the chat yes. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, yeah. So now, as you can see, all the vowels have been removed from our word elephant. Okay, so we are left with only L, P, H, and T. Okay, so okay, now the next question will be, we have a list of numbers with us. Okay, we have a list of numbers with us. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we have in a list called as nums. Okay, and our question is that multiply multiply each number in the list with 10. Okay, using list comprehension. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create mulnum. Okay, multiplied nums square braces. Now what we are going to do inside the square braces, um, now there was one question I remember in the chat. Someone has told that uh, why to take I, okay, and why you are calling it as a output. okay, when it is an expression. Okay, now I'll just connect that two words. Okay, see, uh, we want that each item in our multiplied nums, means mul nums object list, would be multiplied by, should be multiplied by 10. Okay, so what we are going to do, what we want, again same question, what we want that the current item, okay, that should be multiplied by 10, and then the multiplied value should be stored in our mul underscore nums list. So what we will do, what we wanted, so we want that each item should get multiplied by 10. So basically what we want is what, the output only. So I asterisk 10, and then we'll just do the loop for I in nums, for I in nums, and let's print mul nums. Okay, so 1 will be multiplied with 10, so it will be 10. 2 will be multiplied with 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. This is your output. So I hope you got your question's answer. Okay, so this is your next question. Okay, and the words are, we have to find the length of the words present in our words list. Okay, and the words are inside our list: hi, okay. And now our question says that we have to find the length of each word or each item or each element in our list words. Okay, so for that we will create first the list lengths. Okay, in that what we want the length of each word. Okay, so length of I. Now I will be what, I will be our current item. So for I in words. Okay, okay. So first word length is 2, second word length is 5, and third word length is also 5 only. So I hope you guys are getting this. Okay, you guys are, means now you guys are understanding that what is happening here. Do let me know in the comments if you're understanding, yes or no. Okay, so most of the people are understanding. That's very good. That's what I want also. Okay, okay guys, so let's do what, uh yeah, let's do what, now I'm going to give you questions. Okay, and you have to give the answer of that question. So your question is, can list comprehension be used to create a new list by filtering elements from an existing list? Yes and no. You have to just say yes and no. Can list comprehension be used to create a new list by filtering elements from an existing list? Okay. So most of the people are saying yes. Okay, yes. Yes is the correct one. Okay. So you guys are those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay. Okay. Your next question is okay. Guys, your next question is the syntax for list comprehension expression inside the square braces expression for variable in iterable? Yes or no? This syntax is correct or not? I have slightly changed little bit in the syntax from the previous one, but it is correct. Okay, people are saying yes. So yes, it is correct. The syntax is correct. Okay. Yes, condition as well. Very nice. Okay. Okay, tell me this. Are list comprehensions faster than for loops for creating list? Okay. Yes. Yes is the correct one. Okay, so those who are saying yes, it is correct. Okay, now there is a very interesting question. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, tell me, is the order of elements in a list comprehension the same as the order in the original iterable? Now, we have seen so many examples. Okay. Now, based on the examples, if you have noticed the outputs of the normal one and the list comprehension ones. Okay. So, those who have seen it can tell me the answer. Okay. So, there is yes and no both in the chat. So, those who are saying yes, you are correct. Okay. Okay. Those who are saying no, that is incorrect because when we do filter no, so at the time of filter, some values get filtered and some values are stored in the new list. Okay. So the values which are stored in new list after filtration, they also follow the same uh, iterable sequence only. But the difference is that some of the values are removed. So because of that, there could be differences. But actually, it follows the original iterable only. Okay. So yeah. Okay, guys. Uh, let's move to the next question. Okay. Uh, means next problem. Now we'll start with our continue with our coding. So now, now there is a question. Okay, and the question is that we have a matrix with us. Okay, we have a matrix with us. So basically, it is a 2D matrix. Okay, so we have a matrix with us in which means a matrix means what? In Python, it is what? A list inside a list. So we can say nested lists. Okay, we can also know it call it a nested list. Now, what we have to do in this nested list, basically, we have to flatten this list. Okay, so our question is flatten this 2D 2D list. Okay, now what do you mean by flatten? What is the meaning of flatten? Flatten means it is a 2D list converted to 1D. Okay, means it is a nested list converted into a single list. That is also okay, same thing. So how we can do that? That is the main thing. So for performing that, now we have to use a concept of okay, nested list. What does it mean? Okay, because it is a list inside a list. So we have to use two loops now. Okay. So first of all, I'll do what? For more understanding, I'll first I'll write the program for the normal form. Okay. How we are going to achieve the thing by doing normal programming means when we are not using list comprehension, and then we'll convert that code to list comprehension. Okay. Then it will be more easy for you guys. Okay. Okay. So let's first create a flattened object. Okay. Let's create a flattened list object. Let's keep it empty. This is the normal form. Okay. Without using list comprehension. Then what we have to do for sublist in matrix. Okay, for item in sublist, and do what? Inside our flattened list dot append what? Append item, and let's print flattened. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and now you will see, you will notice that nested list is removed. Now 2D list is removed and it has been converted to 1D list. Okay, only one list. So listedness, we have removed that. Okay, we have removed that thing. Now how this is happening? Okay, so what we are doing, we have first started a loop because it is a 2D list, so we have to use two loops here. Okay, nested loops. So first, remember, see the items, how we are iterating. So for sublist in matrix, okay, so first there is a matrix. Inside that matrix there are how many lists? So first there is one outer okay, or parent list. Inside that parent list, how many lists are there? So you can see three child lists are there. Okay, so that's why we are mentioning that child list as sublist. So for sublist in matrix, okay, so first of all we are iterating over the child list, okay, the sublists, and then after the sublist, okay, then we'll iterate over each item. Okay, so suppose inside the matrix there are first of all three lists, so we have taken that three list. Okay, so now in the nested loop we will iterate over the item in the sublist. Okay, so for each item in each sublist, what we are going to do, we are going to store the item in our flattened empty list which we have created. Okay, again I'll explain this. First of all, in our metric list, we are iterating over the three child lists. Okay, then in the child lists, we are iterating over the items. Okay, so suppose if I'll give you an example, so this is the parent list. Okay, and we are first iterating over the child list, means 1 2 3 4 and 5 6. Okay, then on each list, then in each list, suppose in this child list there are two items, 1 and 2, so then we are iterating over the items also, and then that item we are storing it in flattened list. So this is what we are doing, and then we are flattening it from 2D to 1D. Now what we'll do, we have seen the normal form, now we'll see the list comprehension form. Okay, so flattened one like this. Okay, and what we want at the end, we want the item. Okay, and see how I'm going to write it. I'll just put as it is. First I'll put this loop. Okay, so I'll just copy it from here only. Okay, I'll put it over here. So for sublist in matrix, then I'll give a space, and then I'll put this one for item in sublist. Okay, and you're good to go. Let's now print flattened one, and you'll get the same output. Okay, so I hope now you can see, now you will find it very easy whenever anyone will say to flatten a list from 2D to 1D, so it will be easy for you. You can do it in one line. Okay, guys, just tell me how many of you are sitting with an editor, or means on an editor, means you have opened a editor also with you, and then you are watching my videos. Say yes. Those who have opened an editor also and hands on doing the codes with me, say yes. And those who are not doing, say no also. Okay. 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 So I can see few yeses and couple of no's also. So okay, yeah. Okay, thank you for replying. Yeah. Now anyone has, okay, okay. Now anyone have in the chat has said that we can use else also. Okay. So yes, we can use else also. Let's see how we can use, means now we are only using if for checking the condition. Now we can use if and else both. Okay, for creating a list comprehension. Okay, very nice. More people are saying yes because they are using editor. Okay, very good. Yeah, I'll suggest also to just do hands-on coding with me only. I am also writing the code. You can also write the code at that time only. So it will be more good. But it's okay. Later on also you can do that thing. Okay. So yeah. Now let's see how to use if and else both. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking where can I get the data? Means the file. You're asking for the codes. Uh, okay. That's a good question. Uh, I'll tell you some way. Okay. At some place I'll upload it and you can download it from there. Okay. So each file I'll upload it and I'll give a link and you guys can go and download it. Okay. So after this live session, I'll do that. So don't worry. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go to our topic. Okay. Uh, Now our topic was uh to use if and else both. Okay. So I'll share you the syntax when you'll use if and else. Or let's first solve example. Okay. Let's first solve an example, then we'll discuss about the syntax. Okay. So I'll take one question. Okay. The question is create a list from 0 to, let's say, 10. Let's keep it simple. Okay. Where each elements is even or odd. And odd. Okay, so this is the question. Create a list from 0 to 10 where each element is even if the number is even and odd otherwise. Okay, so we have to create a list from 0 to 10. So for that we can use the range function. Okay, but here we have not, means we have not only, we have to create a list from 0 to 10. What we have to do, we have to label each element also. If it is a even element, so we have to label that it is even. If it is a odd element, so we have to label that it is odd. Okay, so here there are two things. If it is even, so even. If it is odd, then odd. So then how we will do that? So let me first do this. So we will check for even. Okay, we will check for even. Okay, so those numbers who are even, so for those numbers even will be stored. And if they are not even, then in the else we are going to store odd, because if it is not even, then it is odd only. Okay, so even is the output which we want. and there would be two outputs because we are using, because there could be two things, no, even or odd. So because of that, even if I is divisible with 2, okay, so this is the condition if it is an even number, and in the else we have to write odd, okay. And now for I in range 11, because we have to check from 0, so directly 11, and I'll print labels, okay. So now you can see a list with even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, because 0 is even and 1 is odd, then 2, then so on till 10, it will be even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, okay. Now, uh, syntax is slightly changed, okay. That is the correct thing. Yeah, syntax has been changed. Now, why the syntax has been changed? Earlier, we were checking the condition at the end, okay. Now we are checking the condition in the starting only. So there is a reason behind it, okay, why we are doing this. Only it's not only the syntax has been changed, okay. So it's not only that what to include. Let's say, uh, let me do what? Let me just put out that example also, that even example. Okay, wait a second. Where is that example? This one, this one. So it will be more clear when we'll put everything in. Yeah. Okay, guys. Please pay attention. Okay. No, bro. It is a live session. I respond. Yeah, I've seen your messages. Yeah, it seems bit difficult, but it is not difficult. Let me explain it. Okay. Let me explain it, and then if you have any problem or any question, you can ask me in the chat. Okay. So yeah. See. Uh, Now, guys, please pay attention. Okay. What is happening? Okay. First, I'll give the reference of the only if, and then I'll give you the reference of if and else both. Okay. Now, see, in this one, what we were trying to do was basically here the if was acting like a filter. Okay. So what was happening? The if was checking whether to include the item in the result or not. Okay. So that's why first we were iterating the loop and then we were checking the condition. And based on the condition, just like here, for I in range till from 0 to 21, if that I is divisible with 2, it means it is even number. So then include it. Okay. That was the thing. That was the thing with only if. Okay. So when we were using only if, it was the meaning was that include only the even numbers. Okay. Include only the even numbers. But when we are using both if and else in this one, okay, so then what was happening? Basically, here if and else are the part of a ternary, okay, a conditional expression. It is no more a filter, okay, it is no more a filter. This decides what value to include, not whether to include it, okay. I hope you have understood, okay. Let me explain it in a simple language. Here we are getting options. Now it is clear we have to include one thing, okay. Here it was not clear. Here some values were getting removed also. Suppose if if the number is 0, if I'll just print the output, 0 is getting stored, 1 is getting removed, and then 2, then 3 is removed, 4, then 5 is, means odd values are removed, only the even values are stored. So this if was acting like a filter. But in when we are using if and else, then it is mandatory that everything will be included. Means either it is even or it is odd. If it is not even, then it is by default it is going to be a odd. Okay, because we are checking for even first. So the condition will check if it is even, so even. If it is not, then by default it is going to be odd. So now we are not filtering it, but we are checking it, we are deciding it. Okay, so now we are deciding it, means the Python is deciding here. So because of that, we have to first write the if and else, and then we have to iterate over the uh, start the loop. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood now. If yes, if you are understood, so please let me in the chat. If no, then please say no so that I can repeat one more time. Okay, most of the people are saying yes. There is Hari's PVT. No, please explain the second one. How I for I in range. Oh, this one. Bro, I have already explained it. Okay, you joined late, but okay, it's okay. I'll just explain it quickly for you. See, I for I in range. First of all, range is a function. Range is a built-in function in Python which is used to generate sequence of numbers. Okay, so range is a function, and for this the question was that you have to create even numbers from 0 to 20. A range was given that 0 to 20. So range function is used to generate numbers from 0 to 20. Okay, so what is I? I is an expression that what we want, the current item. And then we started a loop for I in range from 0 to 20. And this range functions takes two parameters. One's the starting and second is the end. By default, it starts from 0. So that's why we have not mentioned 0. We have just mentioned only one item. So that will be the end. Okay. Now, if then we are checking for a condition, because question was that you have to store only the even one. So then we are checking if I is divisible with 2 and the remainder is 0, and if it is 0, so if it is equal to 0, so then store I. Okay, so that was the thing. So I hope you understood. Okay, now let's move forward. So most of the people have understood this if and else. So now what we can do, uh, we can see more questions. Okay, so it will be more clear. Okay, only way in programming is to solve as many as problems to make your understanding better. Okay, so even word, even and odd, we have seen it. So let's say uh, next thing what we can do, based on numbers only, what we can do, yeah, we can have a question. Okay, again, Hari's beauty, I understand, but not the logic behind I for I in. Okay, I for I in is basically first you're starting a loop, and this is the first I is the expression what you want. Okay, that is the first I. And for I in range is basically range in the function. So iterating over that sequence, this is the way how you iterate. Okay, so for I in range means for current item using membership operator in range. So first of all, first item will be 0, the next item will be 1, and then for that current item in I, this conditional statement will check that if it is divisible with 2 or not. If it is divisible by 2 and the output is 0, then that particular current item will be stored in events 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's move to the next question. That is, let's say from 1 to 10, we'll take numbers. Okay. And what we are going to do, we will square the number if it is even. Okay. And cube it if it is odd. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood what's the question is, what's the problem is. The problem is that we have to take uh, a number from 1 to 10. Okay. And in that number, if the number is a even number, so then we have to square that number. And if the number is a odd number, so then we have to cube the number. Okay. So if it is even, then square it. If then cube it. So I hope you guys now clear with the problem what we want to do. Okay. Now we'll do what? First we'll see the normal form and then we'll see the list comprehension form. So then it will be more clear. Yes, bro. Yes, you are right. Harish PVT. Yes, you are right. Okay. Thanks that you have understood. Okay. Now, let's see the normal form first. Okay. So let's first create an empty list. Okay. So I'll just name the list as result. Okay. Then we'll start the loop for I in range because it's saying number to start from 1 and go till 10. So we'll take I comma 11. Okay. You guys know. Then we have a condition with us that if it is even, then square of it we have to append, and if it is odd, then the cube of it we have to append. Okay. So how to check for even? So if I modulus 2 equals to 0 means if the current item is divisible by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0, so then do what? In result append. Okay. In result append. But what to append? It means if this condition will be true, it means that I is an even number. So for even we have to append what? For even we have to append square. Okay. Then there is the else part. So in the else, now if it is not even, then obviously it is going to be an odd only. Aryan Batra, see, your code is correct, but whenever you use else, in else you can't have condition. Okay. In if you can check for a condition, in else you can't check for a condition. So else will be by default. Okay. So if I modulus 2 equals 0, else, yeah, correct, correct. Sorry. You are correct. Your code is correct. Yeah, my bad. I saw that. Yeah. Okay. Your code is correct. Good. So now in the else part, what we are going to do, result dot append, and what we are going to append, cube. Okay. Now it's time for print result. Okay. So 1 4. So 1 cube is 1 only. 2 square is 2. And 3 cube is 3 is odd number. So square cube is happening. So 27 and so on. Okay. So this was the normal form. Now um, let's do result 1 and let's do the list comprehension form. Okay. Someone in the chat has already given the correct code, but okay. I'll just again do the same thing. Okay. So if I modulus 2 equals to 0. Okay. So if this condition will be true, so this should be stored. Okay. Square. or in the else I asterisk asterisk 3. Okay, so if the condition is false, then this else q will be stored. Okay, and then for I in range 1 to 11, okay, print result 1, and 1 4 27 16 1 25 36, okay, and so on. Means the output will be same. Okay, now you can see people are paying interest and they are just giving directly the code, so that's very good. Yeah, so if you guys have, means by understanding the question, if you want to solve it, if you are sitting with an editor opened, so just solve it and share the code. Okay, just like Aryan did. Okay, no bro, then the condition will be different. You can do it if you are not using else. Okay, if you are not using else, then at the end you can use if you are using only if, it means you are doing filtration. If you are using if and else both, so it means you are making a decision. So for making a decision you have to put it in the front only. Okay, so yeah. Okay, there is one very interesting question. Okay, so the question is, we have a list of marks, okay, of multiple subjects, 90, 35, 67, 20, and 45. Now, what we have to do based on this marks list, we have to find the grades, okay, in pass or fail manner. So, if the grade is greater than equal to 40, so it is pass, or if it is less than that, then it is fail. Okay, so those who want to do it, you can just go ahead and do it. I'll do what? I'll just first create the normal form also, and then I'll go with the list comprehension. Okay, so you guys have time. If you want to just directly go with the list comprehension, those who have understood, just directly you can go with it. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so first of all, we'll start with the normal form. So grades, I'll just take an empty list. Okay, and for m or let's take I only, or you guys will get confused. So for I in marks, if I greater than equal to 40, or let's say 45, or let's 40, so grade dot append. So if it is greater than that, then append pass, else grades dot append fail. That prints the grades. So pass, fail, and pass. Now, what is the list comprehension way? So I'll create grades 1, and first of all, I'll give pass. So it is pass if I is greater than equal to 40, else it is fail. Okay, for I in marks. Okay, so pass, fail, pass, fail, pass. So now I hope you guys have understood if and else. Okay, if and else thing. Okay, so you guys are understood this one, this if and else. If understood, please comment yes. If not, no, so that I can explain it one more time. Yes, Aryan Vatra, correct, correct. You're correct. Pass if yes, correct. Okay, okay, guys. Let's do what? Now let's quickly review some questions based on what we have learned in this set. Okay. Okay, guys, say yes or no in the chat. Can list comprehension be used to flatten a list of lists? Yes or no? Flatten a list means converting a list from 2D to 1D. Okay. So I think, Harish, you have joined the live session late. So those topics we have already studied. You can just uh, play back the video, just go little bit back, and then I have already explained it. So you can see that. Okay. And then if you have problem, then again you can comment it. So again, in the next class, I'll just tell you. Okay. So most of the people are saying yes. So yeah, the correct answer is also yes. Okay. So your next question is, okay, guys, your next question is x dot lower for x in my list of strings a valid way to convert strings to lowercase? So if I have to convert a list to a lowercase using list comprehension, so is this a correct way? Suppose that my list of a string is a list of strings, okay? Yes, okay, bro. Okay. And if you have any problems, so you can let me know in the comments also, so that I'll reach out in the next live session. Okay. Okay, so most of the people are saying yes. So yes is the correct one. Okay. Now this is an interesting question. Okay. So those who have paid attention in the class and have solved problems, or those who have understood the concept, okay, so they will be only able to reply. So the question is X for X in my list if X in another list a valid way to find common elements? Okay. Yes, yes. Then, yeah, because we have not seen this example. So that's why I'm asking to you guys. Yes. Uh, Brahmosi, you have just said the correct thing. As we have done in vowels. So yes, okay. So there are couple of yes. So yes, you can. Yes is the correct answer. Okay. So the next question is: are list comprehension a concise way to perform simple data transformations? Yes or no? Okay. People are saying yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes is the correct answer. Okay. The next question is: can you use list comprehension with the range function? Guys, your next question is: can you use list comprehension with the range function? Now, I hope everyone should know this answer. So there should be the correct answer in the chats. Okay, very nice. So yes is the correct answer. Okay. Okay, guys, your next question is uh, okay. So this is the code. Is inside the square braces x exponential operator 2 for x in range 10 if x modulus 2 not equal to 0, a valid way to square odd numbers. Okay, see the code nicely. Okay, carefully. Then you can say the correct answer. Uh, Unknown, I'm not getting your question. Can you please simplify the question so that I can understand it? So most of the people are saying yes. So yes is the correct answer because there is not equal to. So those values who are not equal to will be odd values only. Okay. So yes. Okay, guys. The next question is, can you use list comprehension to perform mathematical operations on lists? Okay, so people are saying yes. Yeah, yes is the correct answer. Okay, guys, I hope you have understood list comprehension. Okay, so I'll just end the stream now. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys have learned something about programming in Python. Okay, and this live session will be helpful for you guys. Was helpful for you guys. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next live session. Okay, so stay tuned up. Yes, there is one website. Okay, you can go and check this website. In this website, we upload many quiz questions. Okay, this is the website clcoding.com. So in this website, there are many quizzes uploaded. And there are many things related to multiple languages, but you can specifically go on Python, and in Python there are many things. So you can go and check out that website, okay? And there are multiple quizzes also on Python, on different sets of Python, not only means in general, for basic Python also, for advanced Python also, and for who are working with NumPy and Pandas, for them also there are many quizzes there, so you can go and solve it. Okay. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. I mean the live session. We'll end it here only, okay?